Hello everyone, and welcome back to the new video! We are reading The Young and Overintelligent by Kazuna Hikari. Yes. I have my cup of fruit punch with me in a thermo cup. And I'm gonna just be reading chapter 2 and 3. We're gonna get another chapter in because I feel like things are going to pick up. I did like the other chapter, don't get me wrong, before I say this. But I feel like it's going to get something a little better. I know people have been telling me about Chapter 4 is really out there. But I don't want these videos to be too long. Unless you guys like long form videos, you just want to like listen to me read this shit. I have my glasses on, but I'm going to make it a little bigger because my eye is not that good, yeah? I got my reading glasses on that are not real, by the way. They're not real. They're not real. These are my fake male performative glasses that make me feel smarter when I wear. And feel like I can read a little better. And, yeah. I enjoy them. I enjoy them a lot. So let's go. This is chapter 2 of what we're going on. So basically what happened before was essentially Naruto and Sasuke have basically gotten an arrangement. Naruto wants to be trained to learn Fireball Jutsu. Sasuke said yes, he'll train him, but honestly he doesn't think it could really work, although Naruto does have really good he has really good potential to learning it. Because Sasuke is staying over at Naruto's spot because he likes Naruto's bed so much that he's gonna put up with Naruto. And we'll see whether that turns into something else or not, which it probably is. The third time Sasuke turned up, Naruto wasn't home. He managed to keep himself busy for a month in Iwagakure. So real quick, is Iwagakure, isn't that the sand?
Nope.
If I'm not mistaken, Iwagakure? And its surrounding towns. The longing for that bed made itself present in every night as Sasuke lay awake, feebly attempting whatever pathetic bit of rest he could. Not wanting to become too pampered, Sasuke did his best to ignore the issue. He attempted to find refuge at a few inns. I'm gonna raise my shit. Sorry. Fake performative over. I can't. It has a glare from the lights. It's the whole thing. He attempted to find refuge in a few inns, but the mattresses never sufficed. It was almost worse than the cave floors he was used to. I mean, at least with a solid rock, he knew what he was getting into. It was all for the best. Sasuke couldn't let himself become addicted to sleep like that. He needed to learn how to sleep wherever was necessary for his lifestyle. Or at least how to deal with the lack of sleep. Even notwithstanding the false hope of a decent mattress, it was bad for Sasuke to book an inn. Anyway, because he had to do it to complete his disguise, Iwa had an insane prison system, and Sasuke was determined to never see it firsthand. If any shopkeeper discovered who he was, they'd make a decent money turning him in. So he's still wanted by these people? Get off his dick. A message from Kakashi arrived that assigned him. What up? This music is... Hey, sorry. A message from Kakashi arrived. Assigned him a new mission over in Kiri. What's Kiri? The mission was classified, so he needed to stop in Konoha whether he wanted to or not. There was no avoiding it. Kakashi greeted him, attempting to start a conversation. Let me get my Kakashi bag. Good evening, Sasuke. Have you been well? You have a mission for me? Sasuke noted, going so far to shut the door behind him, but not coming any further into the room, then exasperated. Kakashi humored him by detailing the mission. It was an intel mission, as he had always been assigned. Just another mission gathering data on a few suspicious gatherings. It was beneficial to send Sasuke's single manpower as opposed to a team. It was less likely for Sasuke to get caught as the gatherings took place in the woods, and Sasuke was to avoid any all-out battles. But if suspicions were true, then he had to dispose of the threat discreetly. Do you need me to leave right away? First thing in the morning, if you can. Kakashi said slyly. Sasuke an even stare. Do you have a place to stay? Do you have a place to sleep tonight? I'm making Kakashi sound weirdly sexual. I'm sorry, Kakashi. Let me make it more casual. Do you have a place to stay tonight? Clenching his jaw. I'll manage. Oh, wait. Like, remember, you guys see the videos of the adorable seal where he'll just hiss at the camera and go, and then he'll do this. I love that seal. I love that guy. My spirit animal. Clenching his jaw, Sasuke rebutted. I'll manage. Kakashi stood up from where he had been leaning against his desk to walk around the other side, shifting aside some paperwork. Do you give Sakura a visit? While you're here? She's been quite worried. He let out a quick laugh as though there was anything to find funny about that. Even Naruto stopped mentioning you around her again. Really, it's getting annoying at this point. Do that for me, eh? Scoffing, Sasuke made his exit. If he had to spend one night in the village, he wasn't going to spend it at Sakura's. He made his way on a rooftop over to Naruto's apartment instead. Mind fixated on that bed. Yes, that bed. Upon arriving, he immediately clocked. Is that clocked? Is that clocked? Am I doing this right? Do that for me, eh? What? That's not where I'm at. He immediately clocked the dark window. It was too early for Naruto to be asleep. If it wasn't the only valid entry point for him, Sasuke would discipline Naruto for having such an easy apartment to break into. There wasn't a lock on the window. The porch door was locked. Okay. But still, he was such an incompetent ninja on any aspect that wasn't hand-to-hand combat. Sasuke effortlessly slipped in, taking off his shoes, and he sat on the sill, shutting the window behind him. He walked through the dark apartment and deposited his cloak and shoes at the entryway. Oh, you remembered to take your shoes off this time. Afraid someone would notice the lights on when Naruto wasn't home, Sasuke made himself a regrettable cup of ramen in the dark, having no other options for food. As he filled the tub, 20 minutes later. Okay, well, you don't have to take a bath every time, okay? Water bills are a thing, Sasuke. You can't just be using water like that. You had an in. Sorry. 20 minutes later, Sasuke found pajama bottoms and a t-shirt from the previous month. He was burying himself under the blankets. Month? The bed was more comfortable than his memory had told him. He fell asleep in minutes. He was startled awake some hours later when the lights switched on. The lights had barely disturbed him, but 30 seconds later, Naruto completely unnecessary. Sasuke? Certainly did. Oi! Sasuke. Oi? Why does he say oi? Oi, Naruto! Oi, Naruto! Get the fuck out of my goddamn bed, yeah? Oi, Sasuke reprimanded, turning over. I'll demonstrate. So, Sasuke is, sleeping, little baby Sasuke. And then Naruto comes in and he's like, oi, Naruto! Get the fuck out of me, motherfucker! Sorry. I'm very excited. My energy is a little up right now. This seemed of little concern to Naruto as he hopped onto the bed to sit cross-legged next to him. I'm doing cross-legged, by the way. I can't do that. My legs are not flexible enough to do that. I don't practice it enough. And I feel really embarrassed that I can't. Because I always see celebrities do that on interviews, and I'd be like, I think that's so cool. I don't know why, but that's just cool to me that, men are also crossing their legs that way. They don't teach you that in school, public school. Oh, I didn't do that. I'm sleeping. This seemed a little concerned. When did you get here? Groaning inwardly, Sasuke knew that Naruto wasn't planning on being quiet anytime soon. He turned back on his side facing the wall and letting his eyes slide shut again. A few hours ago. Did you come straight here? Sighing, Sasuke gripped the pillow a little tighter, trying to bury his face into it. Well, you're gonna be doing that a little bit later if this fic lets it. I saw Kakashi. I have a mission to get in. I have a mission to get to in the morning. Sorry, what? That's Naruto. I saw Kakashi. I have a mission to get to in the morning. Oh, what's it for? Naruto asked, the excitement overcoming him for a moment before switching to indignation. I haven't been on a mission in so long. Kakashi-sensei keeps telling me that I have to study. Honestly, the formality of having to take the Chunin exams again is such a pain. I'd imagine. Rolling his eyes open, Sasuke reminded him. If you become Chunin, he'll be able to send you on missions. But you're not Chunin? Furrowing his brow, Sasuke side-eyed him. And? You get sent on missions. Obviously. He could feel Naruto stewing behind him, which was bothersome. More bothersome than when he tried to announce, Hey Sasuke, take the Chunin exams with me. No! Oh, wait. More bothersome when he tried to announce. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna read that again. Hey Sasuke, take the Chunin exams with me. Edit. Pause for edit. No. Honestly, how idiotic. Sasuke! Growling, Sasuke rolled over halfway to glare Naruto into his eyes. What do I need the Chunin for? What do I need to be a Chunin for? Naruto flailed his arms. I mean... What do I need to be Chunin for? Sasuke deadpanned. Oh wait, no, did Sasuke say that? Sorry. Naruto flailed his arms. I need to calm down. This is me unmasking and just letting my ADHD exist. I need to chill the frick out. I am doing too much right now. First video, you got 25% of me. I'm here now. Naruto flailed his arm. What do I need to be Chunin for? Sasuke deadpan. Naruto's shoulders droop. Kakashi said he wanted to make me a Jonin, but that I have to study first. And then he comes out and tells me that I gotta take the Chunin exams too? Why do I gotta become a Chunin if he's gonna make me Jonin anyway? I'm obviously strong enough, but I haven't been sent on any missions since the war. What's the point of having to prove that I'm the strongest ninja if they don't utilize me for it? Unable to stop himself, Sasuke knocked on Naruto's head with the back of his fist. That? It didn't seem like Naruto was going to let him fall back asleep without the conversation. It's because you've proven yourself as the strongest ninja that they don't send you on missions, dumbass. At that, Naruto gave him a look as if he didn't have a single thought in his brain. Sighing, Sasuke spelled it out for him. The whole world is in a time of peace right now. Everything's quiet. How would it be if Konoha started sending out the greatest weapon to random villages, no matter what mission you actually had? Everyone would see it as an act of war, and even if they had you do escorts, people would think that you must be guarding something worthwhile of meddling with. Putting whatever you're guarding at risk. You'd be stuck with D-rank stuff inside the country. But why would they send the great shinobi hero to mow someone's lawn? So, Kakashi wants you to make Jonin so that he can utilize you for guard duty. Rule is that you have to make Chunin first before Jonin. Making you Jonin without having passed the Chunin exams on his will be blatant favoritism on his part. Be unfair to the entire system. Naruto did actually in the OVA go to the Chunin exams, but it was funny because he actually failed because he used Sage Mode, which is a forbidden technique, which is cheating, apparently. And he had to fight Konohamaru, and he was beating that little nigga's ass. Like, that show, I love that fight scene. It reminded me, when I was in church, quick side tangent. When I was in church, I had it was me. I was one of the older kids at the time, and there was this like these three little kids, and I promise you, they were literally Konohamaru Omegi. Is that her name? And the other one, the snot kid. Like they were literally those kids because they're all related though. It was two boys and it was one girl, and I would teach. He was a Naruto fan. He was actually a Naruto fan. And I think it was because me and the other kids liked Naruto, so he just like liked it too. And I would train with him. Like I would teach him how to fight and shit. So me and him would always play fight. I would be teaching him how to fight and defend himself, and teach Abby. Oh, I already said her name. Abby and Elijah how to fight. Job was the oldest. He was the Konohamaru of the group. So me and him would box all the time. And I remember beating his ass just the way Naruto beat Konohamaru. That's all I remember. That's what I remember. Good times. Where's I at? There certainly wasn't all there was to it. I didn't actually beat his ass before anyone's like, oh my god, Isaiah, how could you? No, I didn't actually beat his ass. There wasn't, there certainly wasn't all there was to it, though. Those lessons he was talking about with Iruka were obviously curated for more than just the foundations of becoming Chunin. Kakashi was looking to mold Naruto, to give him proper training to become the best Hokage the village ever had. The potential was there, but there's still so much of that knucklehead had to learn on the grounds of academic awareness and tactical nuance. Not to mention the politics of it all. Saying that out loud would garner much more energy than Sasuke was currently capable of handling. So he didn't. Just like the energy you're gonna need when Naruto... Okay, I'll stop! He watched as Naruto contemplated this, his explanations seeming to only bring him more confusion. But he sends you on missions. Try not to cave into the desire to bash his head against the wall as he turned over to find comfort again. Sasuke explained, because I know how to be discreet. Don't. Do wear orange, and orange is pretty loud. It is my favorite color though too, so I get it. Offended, Naruto shouted, hey! I can be discreet! Did I peek the mic? I apologize. He couldn't stop himself from turning back over to give Naruto an unimpressed look. This look. He gave him this look. As if Sasuke would have to dig around any time he wanted to know where he was for the entire 4 years he had been away from the village. So Sasuke, whatever. Okay. But he didn't say that. Naruto could be discreet, but only in those rare, shocking moments of cunning deception in the middle of battle. There's such a difference between Naruto in battle and Naruto in his day-to-day. He wouldn't last a whole mission of stealth. Naruto's head dropped. The same conclusion dawning on him as well. It's just not fair. I'm getting bored and I'm tired of studying. Studying will help you refine your skills, Sasuke told him. I don't know if I'm too bored to understand a word of it, Naruto whined. Oh, my little ADHD baby. Hey, you never told me what your mission was for. Because you immediately changed the subject. It'd be a pointless statement to make because Naruto wouldn't even remember that he was the one who jumped immediately onto a different topic. Sighing, Sasuke tempted himself with trying to sleep again. But he wasn't sure what the point would be if Naruto continued to talk to him. So he sat up. Like this. Sorry. I obviously can't tell you. Aw, why not? Naruto sat further in with his fist clenched in defiance. You can tell me stuff. Because it's classified A rank. Sasuke scoffed, bringing his right leg up to rest on his arm, creating a barrier between him and Naruto's liveliness. His whole body was exhausted, like it was screaming at him for waking up. Bottom lip jutted out. Naruto crossed his arm. It's not like I'm gonna tell anyone. Rolling his eyes, Sasuke shook his head. Sure you won't. I want to go blabbing about that stuff. Go bones or whatever. Dubious, Sasuke raised an eyebrow. Oh, you wouldn't? I've kept plenty of secrets, Naruto pointed a finger at Sasuke's face, millimeters from his nose. You obviously wouldn't know of them because I've never told anyone. Pulling his nose out of direct danger, Sasuke scoffed. It's an intel mission in Kirigakuri. That's all you need to know. Intel mission? Naruto sat quietly, mulling it over. Hopefully, that would be enough to quell his curiosity because Sasuke wasn't about to give him any more details than that. It wouldn't do to tarnish his professionalism as a shinobi by letting sensitive data out. Not like his mission was anything juicy at this stage, anyway. It'd be a huge misunderstanding. An arm wrung itself around Sasuke's neck, pulling him in closer. Gasping, Sasuke hardly had time to register the sudden intimacy as Naruto's face drew in near, perpendicular to his. His chest was against Sasuke's shoulder, and he was holding his thumb in front of them. Damn him. He seemed to have only gotten more physically affectionate, something that had been foreign to Sasuke outside of his childhood all those years ago. Talk about when Naruto does this thing, like, you know what I'm saying, like he wraps it around. He was never a big fan of when his auntie would pinch his cheeks. While he did love his mother's hugs, and would marvel anytime Itachi would reward him with a touch, that part of his childhood felt too disconnected to him now. Oh, that. Right. After that day, any physical contact people tried to make with him was nothing but awkward. Sakura insisting on hugging him every time he so much as looked at her, Karin trying to hang onto his arm, and Orochimaru snaking his way onto his shoulder. More strange girls than he could care to count, or had the stomach to recall physical contact should only happen in battle, and if it was necessary, carrying someone who's injured, making sure someone who's lost their balance didn't fall. Taijutsu training. He couldn't understand how it could feel anything but uncomfortable coming from random people. As it was now, Sasuke's stomach squirmed, something foreign, which he thought was worse than how he felt when all those other people grabbed him. Naruto's eyes were very blue. This was definitely worse. We should ask Kakashi-sensei if I could go with you. Sasuke shoved Naruto away with his hand to his chest, only able to breathe again after the sound of his body slamming into the floor, slipping back into his position under the blankets before Naruto could get back up and notice any odd colors on his face. Sasuke warned, I'm going back to sleep now. Naruto protested noisily behind him, like a toddler throwing a tantrum. Some things never change. Well, they do. He woke up with the sun, feeling completely rested. There's an energy to it that he hadn't felt in years. Naruto was snoring, sprawled out next to him on his stomach. Huh. That's how I'd be too. His bandaged right hand had found its way onto Sasuke's chest at some point during the night. Sasuke was gone 10 minutes later. When Sasuke finished his mission after 2 weeks, he received another message from Kakashi. On an urgent call, he wondered if he had something to do with the debriefing of the last mission. There had been early stages of a small group forming an alliance, but their aim had not been deemed dangerous. Sasuke had assessed their goals and determined that the group was harmless to Konoha and their alliances. But he advised Kakashi to alert the Mizukage of potentially criminal activity should things turn sinister. So Iwagakuri is missed. Because isn't sand Amagakuri? Could be wrong. Could be wrong. Surely if Sasuke had taken the mission, music change. This is putting me to sleep. Not the story, not the story, not the story. It's the music. Music is... Oh, you know who I could play and not get copyright struck in for? Okay, I can play these guys. Yeah. Where's that? When Sasuke finished after 2 weeks, he received a message. Surely if Sasuke had been mistaken, Kakashi would have ordered him to stay in Kiri instead of calling him back. He supposed it was it. He supposed. Hold on. For context, y'all, I go to work at like 2:30 in the morning, or I leave out by 3. But I wake up at 2:30. So if I'm tired, it's not this. It's because I've been up since 2 in the morning. Got it all around you. Tell me there's an issue. So I've been up for 10 plus hours so far. Surely if Sasuke had been mistaken, Kakashi would have ordered him to stay in Kiri. Instead, calling him back, he supposed it just might be a coincidence to have 2 missions presented to him back to back during his time of peace. And that he shouldn't complain if other options was going months without one. He didn't need the money. But when he arrived in the Hokage office, he realized how stupid he was to not be suspicious. Oh, you goddamn son of a bitch, Kakashi! Why did you do that? He told you not to do that. Kakashi, when I see you, Kakashi, when I see you, Kakashi, 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 ooh, Kakashi, when I see you, Kakashi. Damn it! The look on Sakura's face as she turned to see him for the first time in months, physically damaging. Sasuke still had his hand on the door, knuckles going white around the knob. Oi, Sasuke! Naruto's cheery call was enough to rip Sasuke. Oi, Sasuke! Naruto's cheery call was to rip Sasuke's panicked eyes off at Sakura's in his excitement at his arrival. Naruto jumped off the Hokage's desk. Kakashi was leaning against the windows, infuriatingly casual. Thank you for coming today, Sasuke, Kakashi said merrily, hand raised in greeting. In moments of Sasuke glaring daggers of rage at his old teacher, he hadn't noticed Sakura getting close until she was right in front of him. Awkwardly, Sasuke dropped his gaze. Sakura. Sakura. Doesn't he say the Japanese pronunciation of their names? Because Yuri knows Japanese. Sakura. She was hugging him. He felt like disappearing on the spot, perhaps making a new stuff for his blade out of Kakashi's entrails. Stomach squirming uncomfortable. I hiccuped as I can't. Every time I do that, I do something like that. I like hiccup or some shit. It's very annoying. Kills my vibe. In the moment, Sasuke... What? She was hugging him. He felt like disappearing on the spot and perhaps making a new sheath out of Kakashi's entrails. Stomach swirling uncomfortably, Sasuke once again lamented his distaste for physical contact. Still, he couldn't find it in him to pull away from her. Did he? Perhaps after a few moments of this, he flashed his eyes towards Kakashi. You said you had an urgent mission for me. If he had been trying to deny before, Sasuke definitely knew from the Joy's tone that he had been tricked. Ah, yes, I do have a mission for the three of you. Thankfully, Sakura pulled back at this, but left her hands still clung to his cloak as if the neediness was a subconscious requirement. The mission I have for you all. The mission I have for you three. He smiled at them all the way. He smiled at them all in that way he always did. Is for you to join me for dinner. For dinner? Naruto screeched at Sasuke's disapproval of him. Oh, Sasuke says that. For dinner? Naruto screeched Sasuke's disapproval for him. Did Naruto say that or Sasuke? I'm stupid, I don't know. You told me you were sending me on a real... Who said this, Naruto? You told me you were sending me on a real mission. It is a real mission, Kakashi assured, holding up a piece of paper, waving it toward them all. I filled out a form for it, and everything. I labeled it a C rank. In case Naruto and Sasuke decide to get hostile again like old times. Naruto slumped to the ground dramatically, giving sad Kakashi-sensei. As he went, oh, what's this? Kakashi teased playfully. I don't know if this song is cleared. I've been thinking that. Sorry. I can't quite get enough time. Naruto slumped to the ground dramatically, giving a sad Kakashi-sensei. As he went, oh, what's this? Kakashi teased playfully. Naruto complaining about getting fed. I'll have to remember that for next time. That brought a fire back into Naruto's demeanor as he quickly stood up. Of course I'm not complaining after getting food, but you didn't have to lead me on like that. I really thought you had something for me to do. He smiled at Naruto. Sorry. He apologized thinly. I just needed to ensure that we would be able to make it. It can get difficult to get you guys together these days. But I figured this was a way everyone could come together, you know? As he turned his conniving eyes to Sasuke, his words suddenly gaining weight of an entire planet. Since it's in order. Sasuke kept his jaw clenched tight, glaring now at a point on the wall down by Naruto's feet. And an order, was it? How ridiculous. He couldn't believe that he just rushed all the way from Kirigakuri to be here tonight. Kakashi certainly wasn't aware of the fact that he had no leverage to be handing Sasuke orders, as he thought this... Wait, what? Couldn't believe he was going to... Kakashi certainly wasn't unaware of the fact that he had no leverage to be handing Sasuke orders, as he thought this, a tug on his cloak, had him turning back to Sakura. He made sure to school his expression as blank as possible so as not to spit. Sasuke-kun. She greeted softly. He blinked at her. So, where have you been? He hoped letting go of his breath would relieve the tension in his chest, but it didn't. Fine. Oh, how have you been? Fine, he muttered, only barely forcing himself to make it more than a grunt. That's good, she said, the words coming from somewhere deep within her. Sasuke couldn't tell if Naruto was dense to the tone of the room or expertly good at diverting, but he was immensely grateful for it either way. So, where are we gonna eat? He said in his most Naruto-like way. With every ramen? While Kakashi has no leverage as Hokage to keep Sasuke under his thumb, it was apparent that he wasn't using his government position for this. Someplace quiet. Sasuke demanded towards his old teacher, frustrated to be manipulated in such a way. Kakashi had begun to make his way toward the door, Sasuke pulling Sakura aside to let him pass. Yes, don't worry about that. I made us reservations. Show you what we'd seen. I already played this. I like more songs. Yo, listen to what I say. Bitches is wrong in every single way. I'm low-key losing steam. The restaurant wasn't far away, located just out of the center of town. It was upscale, which Sasuke was thankful for it, if it meant that there would be less patrons. Sakura plastered herself to his side as they walked down the street, with Naruto strolling carelessly on his other. His earlier disappointment completely dissolving at the prospect of a free meal. Sasuke himself had doubts about the free part. Kakashi had never mentioned anything about paying for them. With Kakashi on Sakura's other side, the four of them were certainly a spectacle, each of them noteworthy figures to the general public by themselves. Sasuke continually pulled down the front of his hood over his face. Luckily, their walk wasn't long enough for them to run into anyone. And the host of the restaurant seemed to be well aware of his arrival, and did nothing out of the ordinary upon seating them. Kakashi had pre-ordered their menu for the night, so the food came out almost immediately. Not wanting to chance it, Sasuke pulled on his hood again as their meal arrived. The other three noisily expressed their awe at the food. Thankfully, Sakura, seated across from him, seemed to be perking back up into her usual self in front of Sasuke. A blessing and a curse. Observing the meal, Kakashi commented wistfully, "Oh, this food looks delicious. It's a bit hot, though. We should cool it off." Sasuke only had seconds to be perplexed as to why Kakashi was performing a quick series of hand signs before a large draft of wind gushed directly at his face. The wind caught the back of his hood. The momentum... Yo, what is Kakashi on right now, bro? What are you doing? What's going on? Do we got beef still? What's going on, Kakashi? I hate you, nigga. Let's die. Oh, sorry. Kakashi apologized in a wisp of his voice. But you know it's rude to have your hood up in an establishment like this. They suppose Sasuke didn't back down, even his glare at Kakashi, who, damn him, did not seem phased. So, Sasuke-kun, what have you been up to? Sakura asked him innocently enough. Before Sasuke could consider something appropriate to answer, Naruto added, "Yeah, how'd that mission go in Kitty go?" What? How'd that mission in Kitty go? Sasuke had a new fire in him now, one cursing Naruto's dumb face into eternal hell, and of course Sakura noticing right away, tilting her head to the oblivious blonde. How do you know Sasuke had a mission in Kitty? Naruto realized his mistake, freezing on the spot with his chopstick still in his mouth. Sasuke wished there was a subtle way he could slam the idiot's face into the table, and it was hard to focus on ways he could flip the situation when his mind is buzzing with violence it wanted to inflict. "I told him," Kakashi said cheerily. Sasuke's insides went cold. Naruto looked just as surprised as Sasuke, which could only mean... "You told Naruto where Sasuke was?" Sakura asked dubiously. "Well, Naruto asked me about Sasuke, you see." Kakashi explained smoothly, and Sakura grew small in her seat at that. Too loud, Naruto began to laugh. "Yeah, it's kinda hard to pinpoint where Sasuke is all the time, but I figure if anybody know, it'd be the guy sending him on missions. If anything cemented the fact that Naruto didn't ask Kakashi about Sasuke's whereabouts, it was this, which meant that Kakashi was covering for them because he knew that Sasuke had been to see him at some point, but hadn't made an effort to see Sakura. He wondered if he actually was followed on that night he ditched the first dinner invitation. Bitterly, Sasuke lamented to himself. What did it even matter? Sorry, my eyes. What did it even matter that he had been over to Naruto's? Who the hell cared where Sasuke went? There's no rulebook making it mandatory that he needed to see both Naruto and Sasuke in equal count, or for him to see anyone, for that matter. It was no one else's business where he went. She had to know he was seeing Kakashi for missions, but it was clear from the way she shrunk in her seat that he hadn't been asking for details about how often Sasuke came to the village. Perhaps she deluded herself into thinking that he would come to see her every time he visited. Didn't think she'd have to ask.